are. Right, I ain't going to do a big speech today because I'm bloody terrible at it. No, honestly, right, I need to make one fact clear. At the end of the day, we have had this week 1,061 come in on a 1 out and 1 in deal. How does that work out? Guys, how does 1,061 coming in and 1 going out make sense? Well, that don't make sense because apparently 1,061 came in 1 day and in the whole week they only sent 3 back. How funny is that? How fucking funny is that?
Embarrassing!
It is embarrassing, thank you, it is embarrassing. Right, at the end of the day, I am going to get the speeches going today because we've got so many people that need to talk. And I'm no good at talking, so I'm going to pass it on to someone else. But we are going on to Leanne. Leanne's number 1. Hey, come on, Leanne! Hello, everybody. I want to make this. Hello. I want to just say thank you all for being here. And I want to say that all this has got to stop because someone died, someone got killed by an immigrant in my family. And this person wasn't caught for 10 years after, and it's now affected all of our family. My brother died in 2020. His girlfriend got raped and murdered by an immigrant in Walthamstow in 2009. This is what's going to happen if you keep letting them in. They will come here and they will do what they want to do. Is take over, take your food, take all your money, and then do stuff. We can't live like this anymore. It's got to stop. It's got to stop because there are kids out there that is being abused or whatever. It's wrong. It's got to stop. And this is England, and we are England, and these people should not be here in this country only by having a blood test done to make sure that these people are proper people. They need to have their blood test done before they enter the UK. Yes. They shouldn't even be on these boats in the first place. They should. I don't know why they're letting them in this country. Why? What for? What for? This is England. This is England. I could be here all night talking about my story, but there's a lot to it. And my brother finally had justice for his girlfriend, but 3 months after he passed away, he died of a broken heart because of what this monster did to his girlfriend. And the night that she died, she left the door on the latch thinking that she was going to come back. She never came back that night. So he woke up in the morning with the police arresting him, which is the first person that they do. It's disgusting. And that messed up my brother's head because they both went to bed, but he woke up in the middle, but she woke up and she went outside. She went to the petrol garage to buy some bits and to walk home with it. The man was brazen enough to be watching her in the petrol garage at that time, 1 in the morning. It is absolutely disgusting. Michelle Samavera, she was only 34 years old. She was young. And why? Because we, as a country, are letting these people in to our world. And it's messed up all of us, you know? It's got to stop. It has to stop. But it's affected everybody in my family, and it will always will be. And this monster, he didn't rape her just and killed her. He did it to 2 other women, one which was a 58-year-old nurse, and the other one was a 36-year-old who was beaten on a life support machine by this immigrant. She had a broken jaw, collapsed lungs. She was on life support, and she fought all the way. All the victims fought all the way, and we got a justice for my brother. And I'm saying it now because I'm his voice. I'm all what he's got. My mum's lost all of the children apart from me, and I will never, ever, ever, ever give up. His story will always be told, because this is his life, and this is what happens in life. We cannot go out and do the things that we want to do as a nation, because these monsters are always around us. Our children are not, you know, we can't go anywhere now. There's no safe haven for any child in this country until we get them out of this country. And I'm sorry, I will not rest until they leave. Get them out. In my brother's name. In my brother's name. Greg Richard Dow, my brother, in his name, please, for my brother, can I have a massive clap for Greg Richard Dow? Thank you so much, honestly. I could talk it all night long, but what I'm trying to say is that this is what they do. They come into our country and they're taking everything that we get. It's wrong.
So big thanks to this lady for speaking out about her experience today. Can everyone hear me at the back over there? Yeah, perfect. Thank you all for coming, and thank you to all of the auditors here today. A special thanks to AY, of course. Thank you. And BB, everybody here, thank you very much. So obviously we're all here today because we all have the same worries and concerns. We are worried about the illegal immigration that is out of control in the UK, but nobody speaks about Braintree and Wethersfield as much as they need to in the press. We have the largest airbase full of unvetted illegal men. Now this is not safe. We know that there may be a proportion of them that are okay, but statistics tell us otherwise. Now the police have to report on the ethnicities of crime. We will see the difference. We will be able to know if women and children are being harmed by illegal, unvetted men. Now, myself, I have been a victim of a crime from an illegal immigrant. I cannot go into details, but my story will be shared in the next year to come. And trust me when I say, I am here for justice for my children. And I want to reassure you that the crimes that were committed against my family were horrific. But I stand here today without violence, without any horrible comments to say, because in my heart, I know I have to do this the right way. So I urge you, all of you, to not commit any acts of violence. If you're having a drink, please be mindful of what you're saying and doing, because you represent all of us and the voices of all the children, and remember that they are the future. So if you care about them, do this in the right way. And I know that some of us have our problems with the police, but we need to communicate with them in the right way. So don't see them as a force, see them as a human being. But if they do something to you that you feel is unjust, you need to report it, okay? Now, I've put a speech together that I'm going to read now. I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now, some of you are residents of Braintree, some of you are from Colchester, all around Essex. I think in the future we need to rebrand this as Essex Unites. We need all of Essex to come together. We've got great people speaking out. We've got Rylan Clark speaking out. Let's do a big clap for Rylan Clark. He spoke out on this morning. He spoke about our worries and our concerns, and he was a very strong voice. Now, we're here today because we care deeply about our community and our future. Many of us want the Wethersfield airbase closed, but we know that this is not possible right now. It's pointless keep saying, let's get it closed. They won't close it. However, What we can do is continue to raise our voices and demand an end to the free roaming. Stop them coming out on buses to our town. Stop them being allowed to wander the streets freely. If you went to any other country and they didn't know who you were, do you think you would be given the same rights? No. And let's face it, they're not walking around Keir Starmer's residence, are they? They're walking around ours. This year alone, we have had over 38,000 people brought over illegally. That is an astounding figure. Now, 75% are men. 75%, isn't that ridiculous? Only 16% are children. Now, are those figures correct, or are they men pretending to be children? Only 10% are women. What does that say about these women? These men are leaving the women in their homelands, not worried about their safety, fleeing war. Why are the women left behind? I'll tell you why. Because they don't respect the women. They don't care about women. They want women to be silent, but the British woman will not be silent. These figures mean that 3/4 of arrivals are young men. 3/4. Can you believe that figure? It's astounding. Now, this is a real insult to our legal migrants, the people that pay here to come as skilled workers. Why should they be paying into our system and learning about our culture, learning to speak English, when people can come here illegally and get everything for free? It's not right. And many legal migrants have spoken out and shared their concerns, but do you know what? They're too scared to speak. Because they're frightened that they'll be labelled as far right. They're frightened that they will have their rights taken away because the British public is being silenced by the government. Once you speak out, you get a target on your back, whether that's from the left or whether it's from the government or instructed by the government to the police. We have seen protesters arrested and we have seen erratic behaviour, and this is not the way it should go. We cannot stay silent, as Charlie Kirk taught us. Free speech is our most powerful weapon. So when you think that violence is powerful, it isn't. It is your voice. So do not stop speaking out. His legacy reminds us not to be afraid, to speak up, to stand strong and to demand change. We honour that legacy today by refusing to be silenced. Essex must unite. Again, not through violence or crime, but through one powerful, unstoppable voice. Together we can say enough is enough. Today is another step closer to change, and we will not stop until that change comes. Holly has been busy organising a Wethersfield protest. Now, as you can all imagine, this is going to take time. This is going to take time and this is going to take planning. So be patient. But what I will say is, please tell your friends, tell your family, continue to spread the word that the Wethersfield protest will happen, because it will be huge. Can you imagine the amount of people that will turn up to this? So please, everybody, give yourselves and everyone here a round of applause for having the bravery to speak out.
Hello, guys. My name is Kieran, and I'm gonna quickly say, every single one of you should be proud to support your country right now, because without us, our country, our unity would be over. But we're keeping our country strong by unifying together. And as you said, Essex, we should be setting an example. We should be setting the government example how we will not cause any crime, any conflict or anything. Our conflict is keeping our country safe, our children safe, our women safe, and every single one of us safe. That's exactly how we should be living. But in the last 5 years, can any one of you tell me if you're feeling safe on a night out, during the day, anything? Can you actually tell me you feel safe? Because I don't. I've got on a night out, and I always look behind my back because I will never know. You never know. I've seen all the stories. I watch all the news. I've seen every conflict that seems asylum. In this country, we should be defending ourselves, because at the end of the day, eventually we will be overrun, and we can't have that. We have to be supplying with each and every single one of us, and we should be living together, and we should support each other, and every one of you should be proud of that. I've had my fair share of conflict and supporting people and defending people, and that's had a fair attacks. But obviously I'm not going to be saying that out loud, because it's not need to be. But everyone should be honestly so bloody proud of yourselves, because this is my second protest of the day. First one was at Colchester earlier, and do you know what? You always feel that, you feel like you're on your own. But when you see other people do the exact same thing, they support each other, you never truly feel alone. You don't. You feel unified. You feel unified as the United Kingdom. We will unify our country, we will defend our rights, and we will save our country! Alright, who's next?
Just quickly.
Yeah, listen, it's brilliant that you've all turned up, but the population of Braintree is much bigger than this. Right? And why all these people are videoing this, and anyone watching it afterwards, right, seriously, there should be a hell of a lot more of us here. Yeah, Essex needs to unite, but Braintree needs to unite. Look at the numbers, come on. People are scared, don't be scared. We're in control. Look at the march, look at the London March, the 13th. Look how big it was. Listen, we've all got to come out, because look, there ain't enough people. There's not enough people. What's the population of Braintree? It's huge, and you ain't... We will. But this is not enough. Well done, but we need more. And anyone watching this, you should be ashamed of yourself for not coming, because you're all posting on social media saying but you're not turning up to these things.
You ain't gonna ask me, you mad?
And you need to turn up.
Just don't be scared. Just come out your homes and share your story. Just do it. Freedom of speech. Just come out. Just come out your home and share this. Support us.
Alright folks, this is my second protest today as well. I was at Colchester as well. Just remember why we're all here, yeah? Like we heard earlier, let's keep it real, let's keep it peaceful. Remember, problem, reaction, solution, yeah? We all want Starmer out, am I right in that? Yes! Get him out, let's get Starmer out, yeah? And we must say no to digital ID, alright? This is what they want, digital ID, let's not have it.
Right now we have David Atherton that wants to come and say a few words. My best friend. I love you.
You're far too kind, honey.
David.
Well, thank you for an extremely warm welcome here. Thank you very much. And good old Braintree, good old Colchester. It's what Britain is all about, and England is all about. Well done, guys. I think Michelle touched on a particularly important point about when you become a public figure and you put your head above the parapet, that there is a price to pay for it often. And Charlie Kirk unfortunately paid the ultimate price by being butchered and murdered by some absolute nutter. I personally speaking of, I get death threats every week, and there's one Islamist who actually phoned up a private detective to ask my home address. That's chilling, I'll tell you. But anyway, going back to the Wethersfield migrant camp, I don't know whether you're aware of some research that was done in Sweden, whereby they asked, I think it was about 1,000 refugees, so-called refugees, they given asylum to because they were fleeing oppression or a war zone. And they found that 79% had actually returned home on vacation. There was an article today on Sky News about all the Afghans we given asylum to, and they're all gone home on bloody holiday again, I'm glad they can afford it. I haven't had a holiday in 10 years. But anyway, No, thank you very much. I really hope that you had enough spending money for the bar, sort of thing. But exactly. And the other thing is, sort of immigration is one of my pet subjects, which I research deeply. And the German Federal Education Ministry did some research into the people that Angela Merkel let in from 2015 onwards. They found that 68% of the people they'd let in were functionally illiterate, even in their own language. These people will always be a financial burden on you, the taxpayer, you, the hard-working person in this country. And by the way, the government is taking us for fools. Under the 1971 Immigration Act, if you don't have the relevant documentation, a passport, maybe even a driving license, and you come to this country, you have no right of entry, and you can be deported immediately. You know, all these horrible, nasty liberals who quote the European called Human Rights and the 1951 Refugee Convention, which was crafted by British lawyers, obviously in around the early 1950s. I don't know whether you know that one of the clauses, which is the 1967 protocol, is that is a concept called non-refoulement. So if you come from a country, you can't refuse somebody's asylum claim if they come from a country where which is viewed to be oppressive, a war zone, or what have you. But if you come from a peaceful country or a democratic and relatively free country like France, we have every single right to send them back on the first boat back. No ifs, no buts, no mucking about. We can send them back. There are two things I think are going on here. First of all, this is the EU's punishment beating for Britain for leaving the EU back in 2016. And I'm also gone beyond the idea that this is not cock up. I'm now beginning to think that the mass immigration to Britain is actually conspiracy, and the fact the great replacement, whether it's again by design or whether it's by accident, is happening as we speak. And I think it's 2063. An Oxford University demographer reckons that we will be a minority in our own country. I never voted for this. I never asked for this, and we have every right to stop this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just cannot understand how we have allowed this to happen in this country. Although I can probably base it. The Tories were just as bad as the Labour Party on immigration. So a plague on both their houses. So anyway, and of course the thing that worries us most, I don't know whether you know, since 2000, and there's a sharp uptick from 2014 onwards, there has been a 9-fold increase in rape in this country. 9-fold. It's absolutely dreadful. And the Migration Control have actually done some research into it. And there are people who come from North Africa and Middle Eastern countries who are 10 times to 22 times more likely to be convicted of rape than a native Brit. Anyway, let me very quickly finish off and say thank you so much to everybody who's arranged it. The hard yards of getting the flags, getting the venue, liaising with the police, and thank you very much, Holly. Big kiss for you, and also Michelle. There's somebody in Colchester who doesn't want to be named, so I will wish them very well, and hopefully they'll see themselves on the video. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated.
Well done, David.
I'm going to get pissed now.
Wait, hang on. You let me get this last little speech in, then I'm joining you. No, right, seriously, right. All I want to say, I usually do a bit of a speech, but I won't go into today. But shut up, you. I literally turned up today and I was like, I can't turn up and not say something. So I literally do want to thank each and every one of you for turning up yet again and making this so big. And so we are proud to be English, aren't we?
We're very good at rallying together, coming out for a common purpose. We're not always so good at agreeing with each other though. And unfortunately, in order for any real change to happen, we do need to some extent agree to agree or agree to disagree. Like, either way, be mature about it. We don't need this infighting. I've been protesting for 5 years, for context, since lockdown. It happens all the time. People with egos step up and they say, no, this has to be done this way, or it has to be done that way. And the clashes are not helping our purpose. And sometimes it just makes us look stupid, especially if we want to be united for certain things. So yeah, in the song I've also mentioned something about a digital ID, which is one of the divide and conquer tactics that is being implemented here. And I'm pretty sure that we do not want to be tracked and traced for the rest of our lives. It is pretty ridiculous. So, last of all, I'm having a bit of a brain blank. I know, right? I'll add a bit more after you, right?
Honestly, everyone, thank the girls so much to sit there and sing in front of in front of so many people. That girl has balls. So please, everyone, say thank you. Women are women and men are men. Right, next we have James. James up. I don't think I need to say anything about him. Literally, he will say it all.
How are we feeling, Essex? Oh, come on, that was pathetic. How are we feeling, Essex? So, hi, I'm one of the guys that, in that song, who was arrested. An absolutely fantastic job, Nika, there. That was a brilliant song. So, for anyone who doesn't know who I am, I was arrested a couple of months ago now. I was arrested for allegedly referring to migrant pedophiles as foreign filth. A speaker earlier mentioned free speech is our most powerful weapon. But they are taking away our free speech, our right to protest. You know, earlier today in Colchester, the police, without grounds, issued a Section 12 and Section 14. Now, yeah, thank you. I got hit. Yeah, I got hit. Did you get hit? Did you? I got hit. Did you not see it? Yeah, hang on. Where's the keys? The keys got it all over the corners. Yeah. So I got hit today in Colchester. By who? Yeah, I will. So, for anyone who doesn't know what Section 12 or Section 14 it is, it basically means the police can dictate where and when a protest happens. If you do not protest inside your designated protest area, you will be arrested and charged. If the protest doesn't finish when the police tell you it needs to finish, they will also arrest and charge you. All of this happening in a so-called democratic and free society. Everyone give the police and the state a massive boo. Now, when I was arrested, they held me for 14 hours before I was charged. I was charged and was looking at 2 years in prison. Fortunately, and all of this for allegedly saying foreign filth. Fortunately, the judge was on side. My bail conditions have been dropped. It has also been changed to a Section 5, and so I am no longer looking at prison. I am only looking at a £3,500 fine for words at a demonstration.
Disgusting! Disgusting! Stop! Absolute stop!
What they are doing in Norwich at the moment. Has anyone seen what's going on in Norwich? the thousands of people, the thousands of Norwich locals taking to the streets against the Brook Hotel. Well, the amount of organisers they have arrested in Norwich, they don't even charge them. They release them without charge, but they get them on bail conditions to ban them from attending and organising demonstrations on no charge. Same as Epping. I know some great people in Epping like Chris and Sarah. Fantastic people in Epping, loads of them, also getting arrested and released without charge, but banned from organising or attending protests.
They are all next. Every organiser is next. They are after every one of us.
Something else they've done. Has anyone seen the Raise the Flag campaign? Now I've seen this area is engaged in a lot of it, and it's fantastic to see. But what they're doing in Norwich is they've arrested someone the other night, and they banned them from being near any flags. They're not allowed to possess or go near a Union flag, an England flag, a political flag. The state of this country, is atrocious. But we're going to do what we can. Now, I mentioned earlier in Colchester, I'm Welsh. Now, I know I'm not always looked favourably upon in England, but I'm Welsh. And I come from an area near the Stradey Park Hotel. And if anyone's heard of the Stradey Park Hotel, it took them 100 days of constant protesting, of constant standing against the Home Office. But they were victorious. The Home Office, after 100 long days, pulled out of the area and vowed to never house migrants in the Stradey Park Hotel. Now, a lot of people, after what happened in Epping recently, where in Epping the court ruled that the place could be used to house asylum seekers. At the same time, by the way, the Home Office has put out a statement saying, oh yeah, no, we plan to get them removed at some point, but they've got to be in there temporarily. That was the whole basis for it, right? Well, a lot of people felt disheartened after that. But I'm here to tell you, as someone who lived near the Stradey Park Hotel and attended some of their protests, that you are going to win. Now, the numbers you've got, I see here before me today, this is a fantastic start. 2 years ago, this was a very lonely topic to talk about.
Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Zero.
And
sorry, I'm not talking because I'm letting all the speakers and everyone talk. Thank you very much for the super
chat. Is on
chat.
side with our battle. It's fantastic. If you come here in these numbers, next time, bring a friend. The time after that, bring 2 friends. The time after that, bring 3 friends. And keep going. Next year, I can foresee every single migrant in the UK going home. Send them home. Send them home. Send them home. Send them home. Let me ask you, Essex, are you, if you, to the next step, have you got a date? Have you got a date for next step? So on Saturday, the 26th, there is a protest at RAF Wethersfield, where they will be housing, I think it's 1,200 economic migrants in an area of 700 people. Are you going to be there? Are you going to be bring a friend? Right, I've just been told they can actually house up to 3,000 if they want to.
Had someone go in, my friend that works there, my
friend that works there has actually gone in there, 100%, this is not bullshit. He has gone in there and he has told me that there's not housing for 1,224. They've got housing for 3,000, and then on top of that, they are bringing in portaloos or port cabins, whatever it is. They are bringing them in on top of it. So we've got 3,000. It ain't 1,200. That's bullshit. It is, and I've got the evidence. It is bullshit. Absolute rubbish. We have got 3,000 walking in, not 1,200.
Another area in Dis, at the Dis Park Hotel. Something me and Sid exposed 2 years ago now, almost, I think. And in the Dis Park Hotel, they were taking out, so originally it was women and children. Well, they were taking them all out to replace them with all men. The local community came out. After one protest, the Home Office pulled out of it. So, you are going to win. And this is a dire situation. Extremely dire situation. Young women are being followed home from school. Migrants are loitering, committing antisocial behaviour around parks. We need to protect our kids. Thank you very much, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you all so much for coming. We're going to play a bit of music now, I think. And oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. We got the star of the show.
I don't know why I've been branded the star when there have been so many fantastic speakers here and many inspirational people, and just the fact that even in a small country town like this, we've got a whole gathering of people. And anyone who's been to London on the 13th, you saw what the streets look like. You saw it. I'm pretty sure. Woo!
Solitary,
some say 1 million, some say more. Who knows? Doesn't matter. There's enough people, and if we settle for a cause, we stop funding the people oppressing us, we can achieve anything that we want to. We have enough numbers for that now. It's organisation skills now, and being able to stand up, protect ourselves, keep on going. Commitment. Let's do it.
Thank you all so much. We're going to play a bit of music now and just be us and just have a bit of fun, alright? Let's have a bit of fun, alright? Thank you all so much for coming. We will talk again soon, but thank you all so much for coming. It has been an amazing turnout. Thank you. Yet again.